Imagine a strange and distant world. A world of the unusual and the beautiful. The rare and the bizarre. All living in a primeval ecological balance, controlled by the pulse of the ocean's tidal flows. Imagine this inhospitable and remote world being ruled by a population of giant tortoise and shared by robber crabs, capable of cracking coconuts with their grotesquely oversized pincers. Imagine that world as the largest and most remote coral atoll on our planet. A thin and inhospitable strip of land encircling a massive lagoon, teeming with huge schools of fish and unique creatures of the ocean floor. And if your imagination runs so wild, then you have come just a part of the way to recreating the mystery and magic of one of the Earth's most remote and inaccessible islands, and one of the ocean's most closely guarded secrets, Aldabra. Lying at the northern end of the Mozambique Channel, Aldabra, the remotest island of the Seychelles archipelago, lies 600 miles southwest of the main island of Mahe. Our vessel, the Fantasea, a specially equipped dive boat purpose-built for expeditions of this sort, and usually based in the Red Sea, has already made the arduous journey down the East African coast to Port Victoria to refuel and take on supplies for the final leg of the expedition. On board is a team of some of the world's top underwater photographers and writers who aim to become the first to explore and record Aldabra's unique underwater mysteries since Jacques Cousteau visited the atoll 40 years ago. The only port of entry to the Seychelles in order to comply with immigration formalities is Victoria, on the main island of Mahe. Howard Rosenstein, the owner of the Fantasea, obtains port clearance from the harbour authorities at Victoria, and we prepare to cast off. On board, the crew carry out their last-minute preparation for this 5-week exploration, and the expedition members carry out last-minute equipment checks. David Duboulet, National Geographic's underwater contract photographer, has travelled to many of the world's most obscure places, the world's largest coral atoll, covering an area of some 200 square miles. Again, nautical charts tell us little about the atoll, and we can only rely on what our eyes tell us, the lighter blue of the ocean signifying the shallow waters of the reef. We select an anchorage at a respectful distance offshore. There are few safe sandy beaches on which to make a landfall, most of the shoreline of Aldabra being razor-sharp coral. The remotest outpost of the Republic of the Aldabra numbered 160,000, and the population continues to grow and thrive. Way to nest on the sandy beach. The turtle is an endangered species, and we did not want to disturb them whilst they were actually laying, but before first light we were on the beach. The females deposit about 90 to 100 eggs in a night, and by dawn the eggs have been laid, the hull has been covered over, and exhausted, she drags herself inch by inch back down the beach towards the sea. Caught out in the open, perhaps trying to plunder the turtle's nest, this robber crab retreats back towards the safety of its lair. Meanwhile, as dawn rapidly rises and bathes her with its gentle light, she hauls herself back towards the ocean, the flash of the photographer's strobes recording the last moments as she heaves herself back into the warm waters of the Indian Ocean, leaving just her tracks behind her. Once inside the channel entrance, the water is only a few feet deep, and the current runs fast. We have to carefully pick our way through the shallow channels, meandering between the clumps of mangroves. Flocks of frigate birds wheel and cry overhead. The mangroves are the only nesting grounds for hundreds of miles around. Soon the water becomes too shallow for the boat to go any further. David Duboulet sees this unique environment as an ideal photo opportunity.
We're too late. This is a picture, but we're too late.
Fish more commonly associated with the coral reefs of the open ocean are here found swimming among the roots of the mangroves, bathed in shafts of early morning sunlight. The mangrove is the only tree that can grow in this environment.